Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd film me and Ellie's 2-week postpartum and my C-section recovery. Sorry it's taken me quite a while and I didn't do the 1-week postpartum, but being a new mum and you mums out there, you'll know exactly what it's like. You have no time to do nothing. But Ellie will be 3 weeks old this Saturday coming. So I thought we would talk about our 2-week postpartum. So I'm going to start off with Ellie, who is fussing quite a lot. Aren't you? Yeah, you're fussing quite a lot. So... Hey. There we go. Okay, so Ellie. Her birth weight was £7 9 ounces, and when the midwife came she weighed her again, and they're supposed to lose a bit of weight in the first week. It's very, very normal. She only lost 1 ounce, and then the next time she came to visit she weighed her again and she's now £7 10, so she's put that ounce back on. So she is definitely gaining weight. I want to get her weighed again pretty soon. But yeah, she's quite a good eater. When she was at the hospital she was having 2 to 3 ounces. She's using Aptamil formula, and now she's having 3 to 4 ounces every I'd say 3 to 4 hours. So she's a good eater. She finishes the whole bottle. At the moment she's waking twice throughout the night. Can you see her holding my finger? She's waking twice during the night. Last night she woke at 1:30 and then at 5:30. Are you fussing? Do you want a bottle soon? She's due a bottle, aren't you? After the feed to actually get her asleep because she's suffering with really bad wind at the moment. I mean, she's got some wind now, and we could sit there for like 45 minutes burping her and would get nothing out of her, and we had to actually take her to the doctors yesterday because her stomach was really, really bloated and swollen. And I was just really concerned about it, so we took her to the doctors and they checked her over and everything, and they just said that it's, you know, quite bad trapped wind. They said, you know, it's very common in newborn babies. We have been using Infocol, and I need to try gripe water soon. But Infocol is really good. It gets the burps out a lot quicker. But she was still, after we've burped her, say we get 3 burps out of her, about 5 minutes later she'll just scream in agony and kind of like clench her fists and bring her legs up. And there's a lot of tensing, and I can feel her stomach going really hard, and it's just horrible. Like, being a mum, I think that's probably the worst thing for me, is seeing her in pain and having a little like bellyache. So she's suffering from quite bad wind at the moment. We burp her after an ounce. When she takes an ounce we give her a burp, and then when she drinks the rest we burp her, and also we sit her up like half an hour after the feed. She hates being laid down, which I'm sure all newborn babies would after they've eaten. But yeah, she's suffering from quite bad wind. So that's been kind of a pain, and her crying, like, oh my god, it's so loud and it's horrible to see her in pain. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will get better in time. I don't know if I mentioned this, but she was born with tongue tie. The health visitor came and checked it over, and she said it's only mild tongue tie. And obviously because she's feeding quite well, which she is, it's not major, but it can obviously affect their speech and everything when she's older. So at her 6-week appointment, which is in January, they're going to talk more about it then and see if she needs it snipped. Her umbilical cord came off, I think it was a week after she was born, or maybe a couple of days after a week, but it fell off lovely, and it's all hasn't scabbed up or anything. There was just a bit of dry blood, but that's all okay. She's a bit chesty. She hasn't got a cold, but I can tell her chest is a bit like she needs to cough. It's kind of like husky a bit. But I spoke to the doctor yesterday while I was there, and they said a lot of that's due to the cesarean, the mucus. So she's just probably trying to clear her airways and everything, and she's been sneezing a lot as well, so she's been trying to get the mucus out. She's outgrown most of her newborn clothes already. She's such a little chunky monkey. She's mainly fitting in up to 1 month clothing now. She had her first bath as soon as she was a week old, because I didn't want to bath her straight away because of her skin is so sensitive and everything. So she had that when she was a week old, and she loves bath time. She doesn't cry, she doesn't scream, she's in shock. She's just like and she looks frozen, but once she's kind of settled and everything, she really enjoys it, which is good. She also really loves the car and being pushed in the pram. She absolutely loves it. We went to Winter Wonderland, and we were there for a good 3 hours, and she was in the pram and she was soundo throughout the whole of it. So that was nice. Yeah, that's basically it with Ellie. She's feeding very well, she's putting weight on. Like I said, she is having trouble with wind, but hopefully that will get better in time. And yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous, aren't you? Yeah. I have to use a dummy to settle her. For instance, if she wakes at 1:30 at night, which she did last night, I'll give her a bottle, burp her, and she'll still be fussing for like 45 minutes straight after. Whereas before she would go straight to sleep. Like, she's a lot more awake now. And her eyes are open a lot more now. She's very alert. Her eye colour is definitely going to be blue. Are you trying to find your dummy? It's definitely going to be blue. And her hair is going a bit more lighter. It's kind of like a more dark blonde now. Do you want it or not? But yeah, the health is to come, and she checked her over and she said she's absolutely fine. And her next appointment, like I said, is in January, which will be her 6-week checkup and probably all the injections as well, which will not be nice. But yeah, now I'm going to talk about me and a bit about my C-section recovery. My scar is healing very well. I'm so happy with it. They've done a really good clean cut. The stitches are, I don't know if they're fully dissolved, but I think they have. I've had no bleeding of the scar or anything. It's just, it looks really good as well. They've done it very low, and you can hardly see it, which is amazing, especially for girls. So yeah, I'm very happy with the scar. 2 weeks on, there isn't a lot of pain, it's more bruising, because like I said, they were doing a lot of tugging and pressure during a C-section, and I think that's left my insides a bit bruised, and it feels like I've done a workout, especially kind of around my sides. It's very bruised. But apart from that, there's no like major pain. The first couple of days when I was at home were very, very hard. I couldn't do anything. That was very painful, and especially when I was in hospital. No one tells you about C-sections. You kind of don't prepare yourself for it, about the amount of pain you actually are in after. And I found that very hard. I was very emotional, and I wasn't sure if it was baby blues or anything, but I was very, very emotional the first couple of days. I would just sit there and cry because I couldn't do anything with her. I couldn't pick her up. I couldn't get up to change her nappy. I couldn't bath her. I couldn't bend down. And I found that very hard because I felt like other people were picking her up and everything, but I couldn't. But as time has gone on and I've been feeling a lot more better myself, I've been able to do all them things, and I felt a lot more confident and a lot more happier in myself. But yeah, going through a C-section is very, very emotional. Whereas if you have a natural birth, you are obviously in pain afterwards, but it's nothing like a cesarean. And a lot of people think a cesarean is an easy way out, but it's not. It's very, very, the recovery is very hard. Also, let me know if you would like a video just dedicated to C-sections, like how to prepare yourself, what you need, or stuff like that, because I'd be more than happy to do that. Next, I was quite active, I'd say a couple of days after I got home. I started to be a bit more active. When we got her registered, they told us to come back in 2 hours, so I had to walk around kind of like the town centre and everything, and I was actually okay. Like, I thought I'd be a lot worse and in a lot of agony, but I was okay. The first couple of days though are so hard. Like, I was in bed for the first 12 hours, and then they tell you to kind of move about and get your legs working and everything, because they can't discharge you until they see that you're kind of up and about. That was very, very hard. I remember feeling like I was just going to fall to the floor. It was horrible. But you just have to kind of push yourself, but obviously not too far, because you'll end up bursting the stitches or something. But it was very, very hard, I'm not going to lie. The first couple of days when I was at home, obviously I had a lot of help from my family and Paul, so I was able to rest. But I had a lot of visitors, so it was hard to kind of, like, I felt like, oh my god, I need to do this, I need to clean this, blah blah blah, but you just literally have to listen to your body and rest. I would say a week after I started to kind of feel more myself, I was able to kind of walk longer periods of time, and just even going to like Tesco's and stuff, it was a lot more easier. But even now I'm still kind of taking it easy and sitting down when I have a chance and not overdoing it. Bleeding down there, I'm still bleeding 2 weeks and 4 days on. It's not as heavy, it's more like a light period, and they do say around 21 days it kind of stops or gets lighter. Eating, I've kind of lost my appetite a bit. I think because I was pregnant, I was obviously like always hungry and overeating probably, but now that I'm not pregnant, and I think because I'm so busy and she takes up so much time, that sometimes you forget to eat, like you forget to eat breakfast. I'm not doing it on purpose, I'm not trying to lose weight or anything, but I have definitely lost my appetite, and certain foods I've gone off a lot. I don't know what it is, but I'm hardly hungry, but you have to eat for the energy because you'll just be exhausted otherwise. My boobs, the first couple of days, especially, sorry I got cut off then. My boobs, the first couple of days when I was in hospital, definitely got bigger. They started leaking. They were not as sore as I thought they would be, but they were kind of very tender, like I couldn't touch them or anything. They weren't engorged or anything though. And then by the time, I'd say a week and a half, they started kind of deflating, and they've gone kind of to normal now. Also, I'm on 3 different painkillers, and it's so important to, if you've had a C-section, to keep up with your medication, because it really does help you out. Like, if I didn't take my medication, I wouldn't have been recovered by now. Also, when I went home, I had to have injections in my stomach for a week, and Paul had to do them for me. They were to stop blood clots in my stomach, and I was terrified, but it wasn't so painful. They were kind of like little jabs, but they had to teach Paul how to do that, and every night I had to have them, so that wasn't very nice. Anything else? I'm fitting into my size 8 clothing again, which is really nice. I'm really surprised how much my belly has gone down. I will show you my belly soon, but I'm very happy with it. For 2 weeks I'm not 100% there, and there is a bit of a, sagginess and that, but I'm very, very happy with it. And I think it's because I've been quite active and stuff. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. My belly button hasn't gone in yet, and I've still got the, is it called liner nigra? I can't say it, but that is still there, and it's quite dark. So let me know if your belly button was out during your pregnancy, how long it took to go in. But yeah, that's basically it with me. Overall, I'm doing really well. I'm very happy with my scar, like I said, and yeah, I will show you my belly for 2 weeks on. And Ellie, and she's due a feed now, so that's why she's fidgeting so much. Okay, so this is my belly 2 weeks on in my clothes. And then this is my belly afterwards. As you can see, my belly button still hasn't gone in, and I have the line, but yeah, there's definitely some kind of sagging around here.